Welcome back to the Art of Life, where simple wisdom guides us through day and night. Today, we're exploring a story that shows us what true resilience looks like. Imagine being imprisoned for 27 years, stripped of everything, and still find the strength to change the world. Nelson Mandela did just that. But what if we could tap into that same power of resilience? What if we could learn from his journey? With a little help from Aristotle and Confucius, we can. In 1962, Mandela was sentenced to life in prison for standing up against apartheid. Imagine being locked away in a small cell with almost no hope of seeing your family or your homeland again. Most would break under such conditions, but not Mandela. He emerged unbroken, becoming the first black president of South Africa and leading his nation towards peace and reconciliation. But how did he develop such extraordinary resilience? Let's start by looking at Aristotle's philosophy. Aristotle taught that resilience is a virtue, a quality we build through practice, like patience or courage. For Mandela, resilience wasn't just about surviving prison, it was about cultivating daily habits and mindsets for the long struggle ahead. While in prison, Mandela turned his cell into a classroom. He spent hours studying, reading, reflecting. Every day he chose hope over despair, training what Aristotle would call his resilient muscle. Mandela built strength not by avoiding suffering, but by transforming it. Aristotle's golden mean tells us that true resilience lies between extremes, giving up in despair and reckless defiance. Mandela found that balance. He wasn't submissive to his captors, but he didn't let hatred consume him either. He practiced wisdom and patience, knowing true change takes time. But Mandela's resilience wasn't just about inner strength. It was deeply connected to his community and daily routines. This is where Confucius' teachings come in. Confucius, the great Chinese philosopher, believed that resilience isn't just about individual grit. It's also about drawing strength from community and daily practices. Mandela understood this. He didn't just endure those 27 years alone. He built a network of support and created a sense of unity among his fellow prisoners. He became a guide and a mentor for everyone around him, transforming Robben Island from a place of suffering into a place of solidarity and education. Confucius would call this cultivating Ren, the virtue of compassion and human heartedness. By maintaining strong bonds with his fellow prisoners and supporters outside the prison, Mandela's resilience was shared and reinforced by his community. And then there were his powerful daily rituals and practices that kept him centered. Every day, Mandela exercised, breathed, and reflected. These routines gave him control and stability in an environment that meant to break him. They didn't change his situation, but they changed him, giving him the chance to ultimately rise. So what can we learn from Nelson Mandela's story through the teachings of Aristotle and Confucius? We often see resilience as an individual struggle, but the truth is, it's both internal and external. Aristotle shows us that resilience is built by facing challenges, one small step at a time, while Confucius reminds us that it's also strengthened by leaning on others and finding comfort in simple routines. When Mandela walked free after 27 years, he wasn't just stepping out of a cell. He was stepping into history as a symbol of resilience, built through small daily choices and unbreakable hope. Leading with forgiveness instead of vengeance, he transformed a divided nation into one striving for unity, showing that resilience is not just about survival, but about turning every hardship into fuel for something far greater. And my dear friend, when life feels heavy for you, think of Mandela's story. Take small steps, lean on those who care about you, and find peace in the little things that comfort you. Resilience isn't just about getting through, it's about turning your pain into strength and finding light even in your darkest moment. Thank you for joining me today. May you find peace, success, and happiness on your path. If these insights resonated with you, please pass them on to your loved ones. And this is The Art of Life, signing off.